Hey, there we go. Welcome back, New Year. You know what it is. It's your boy Ryan from a couple of jars. Jeff is not here to do the review tonight. We were supposed to do the Dynamite one. Things gone awry. It is what it is. So we're here to talk about AEW Rampage, give the review, go through some changes for Battle of the Belts for tomorrow night, and quick in and out, be with you guys. I know it's been a minute since we've been back. But we're looking to stay more consistent and all that kind of stuff. Now we've got all the life changes have been going on, kind of been starting to slowly settle down. So trying to get with it and get to it for you guys. So let's first jump into the news of the Adam Cole match versus Jake Atlas. So great match, great back and forth. Jake Atlas looked good on Monday, or Dark Elevation. Can't remember which right now. He looked good on that match. He was doing his thing. Adam Cole called him out on Dynamite, and they had a match tonight on Rampage where Jake Atlas looked really, really good. And if you read the spoilers, he did get injured. So he's going for a springboard. Jumps into a super kick. And I guess when he landed the super kick, his knee buckled in or whatever, blew out his knee. He actually said that during the match, I guess, right after the match finished tonight, he had tweeted, he's so freaking proud of the match. He thanks Adam Cole. He references him for pushing me to give you me. His knee will be just fine. He thanks you guys for his concern and that he won't be gone long. So it doesn't sound like it's that bad of a blowout of a knee, but he did hurt his knee. So they had to do he was supposed to go for a Panama Sunrise, couldn't do the Panama Sunrise because of the knee. So it was a quick fix to do a little leg bar to the knee, tapped out real quick. Tough because it was a great match. They had a great back and forth, great chemistry to then have that ending kind of the same way with Wednesday night's Dynamite when the Jungle Jurassic Express, won the titles, and when Ray Phoenix broke his arm, which is, still thinking about it just gives me the chills. But basically the same sort of scenario happened there, except a little bit different ways where, that broken arm, you could see that snapped out. That was gruesome, and that took a little bit more out of the match than this one, but still took it out of the match because it was a good match. To finish kind of just fell a little what it was, but, that's what it was. Great match other than that. Then right after this match, I want to say it was, they announced that Cody Rhodes is not cleared to fight at Saturday night's Battle for the Belt in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is tomorrow night. So they are replacing him with Dustin. This is the first interim champion ever. So that's interesting. He's not cleared, but it's interesting that they're going to give it to Dustin. So I'm intrigued to see how this plays out. If it's, hey, I beat Dustin, so does that make Sammy the interim champ? How they're going to go about this one, but that should be interesting. I'll bring you that news tomorrow night after Battle of the Belts, as long as, things don't change on my side there. So Cody is out for Battle of the Belts, and we are seeing our first ever interim title match with Sammy versus Dustin, and see how that goes right there. The other matches for tomorrow night will be the AEW Women's Champion, Britt Baker, taking on Rio, who Rio has beaten Britt Baker every single time, and I'll get into that one a little bit later because they had a tag match. But in singles action, Britt Baker has yet to beat Rio, get the interim title. And then what was announced later on in tonight's match, or tonight's card for Rampage, was Ricky Starks calling out Matt Sydal and putting his FTW title on the line against Matt Sydal. He was upset that his title wasn't being discussed, wasn't being talked about. So he's going to go on to defend his title on tomorrow night against Matt Sydal. And he's proving to Dante that it took you 3 times to beat him, and it's going to take me just 1. And then he said, don't worry about that. You focus on Will Hobbs on Dynamite, who he will be fighting on Dynamite next week, which should be a fantastic match as well. And that Dynamite card looks really, really good. But that was later on night, but I figured I'd get that out of the way just to tell you what's going on for tomorrow night. So it sounds like those 3 matches. And I'm not sure what's happened, if it's just those 3 matches all we're getting or not. That's all it seems like from what I saw. If I'm missing something, I apologize. Let me know. Then you had Tony Schiavone do a backstage interview with Andrade El Idolo, and he just states that he has a problem with Darby Allin, and that he went out and distracted Allin and Sting on purpose because of that, because he'll pay any price to get Sting to be, I don't know, whatever he thinks Darby and Sting's relationship is, be another mentor, be a watcher. It was kind of interesting. But again, I mean, I want to see Andrade take on Darby, so I'm all here for the match. The reasoning behind it, up in the air. Also, I know you guys will see with the title. That's because Jeff did take that title from me at the last pay-per-view. Again, we've still been doing our stuff, but we've been just, we haven't been able to be giving you guys a live content. So Jeff currently holds the title. I will be taking that back. And we should also be dropping a crate for this month, because I'm pretty sure the crate is shipping by January 15th. So if you get it before my birthday, oh yeah, let's go. I'm excited for that. But yes, the AEW crate should be shipping soon. So me and him will be looking out for those in our emails, and we'll be bringing you that content as well, giving you the unboxing of the All Elite crate, which we are both super excited for. Next match was Hook versus Aaron Solo, and you can now get your Hook t-shirts at shopaew.com. Send Hook. Looking forward to that. Basically, Aaron Solo got a couple of moves in here, but it was a quick 1, 2, 3, bang, bang. For the most part, it has been. They gave Aaron Solo a little bit more fight, because he worked him in the ring, I guess, at the Nightmare Factory, because QT Marshall said, hey, he was there, but then Taz was like on commentary, no, he was just there throwing stuff around. Where he was at was the dojo, Taz dojo. So they're playing off of that. But he basically makes Solo tap out. He's getting ready to walk out the ring. QT Marshall goes, look at me. What are you doing? Da, da, da. He walks away again. He goes, look at me when I'm talking to you. And then he just flips him over his head, using his dad's move, to just flip him over. Obviously, different variation of it. But, the capture suplex is what they're calling it for him. But basically, Hook beat him. There's that. This is when Ricky Starks announced that he's going to put his title up against Matt Sydal. Then we had the tag team match with Ruby Soho and Rio taking on Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Another good match, another great back and forth. These four women know how to work and know how to wrestle, and they have great chemistry in the ring as well. A couple back and forths. Basically, what caused the loss here was with Rio's wins. I've noticed recently it's been a lot of surprise roll-ups. That's basically what this was. It was to start the match. They attacked Rio early and Ruby, and then they got the upper hand, Ruby and Rio, before the bell rang, and then they double teamed Hayter back and forth for the beginning. And it was Ruby throwing Rio into Hayter, then Rio throwing Ruby into Hayter, and then again, which was great. They had some great chemistry out there, which was nice to see. And then they ended up getting the upper hand, and then it was a hot tag into Rio, who ran wild, and then Rio, I guess she was going, if I remember correctly, it was that Jamie Hayter was going to hit Rio with the forearm, I want to say it was, and right, is that what it was? I'm looking at my notes here. So she came out the corner, Baker hits Rio with the super kick. Rio's in the corner, and she ducks an upcoming punch. So it was a punch, forearm, whatever. So she ducks the punch from Hayter. Hayter hits Baker. Baker goes down. She goes, oh my gosh, Baker. Rio rolls her up for the surprise roll-up. 1, 2, 3. She gets the victory. And then then Hayter's like, I'm sorry. Britt Baker is like, nah, forget you, and walks off. Building what is my assumption and has been for a while for Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter down the line sooner than later. I think this is what's definitely going to. I could be wrong. They could be patching up again, but I think that's what's going to come down to. It's going to be Hayden versus Britt, whether it's for the title or not. I guess we'll find out tomorrow night. If Riho stays undefeated against Britt Baker, Britt Baker finally overcomes Riho and does defeat her. We shall see tomorrow night. Then we had Dan Lambert come out, or not come out, but do his promo in the back of the Men of the Year, saying that he's tired of seeing Cody kiss Tony Khan's ass and Tony Khan kissing TBS or TNT's ass, is what he said, TBS, TNT, whatever it was, and basically giving all these things to Cody, like he's a champ because of Tony Khan, because Tony Khan is kissing the ass of TNT and all that BS. And hey, Scorpio Sky is the top in the top 5. He's not gotten a shot. He hasn't lost a singles match in 300 some days. Hasn't been pinned in 200 some days, or vice versa, whatever it was. The last time he had lost that I am aware of, that I remember, was when he went up against Darby for the title. I want to say for the TNT title, when he got the brass ring. So I guess it's been about that long. But basically, he's been on tear, and why isn't he getting his just dues? So we're going to see that come into play. So my assumption was that Cody was going to beat Sammy again. Then Scorpio was going to go and take the title from Cody next week, or whenever the match would have been. That was my guess and my assumption of what was going to happen next. But with this interim match, I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're going to stay the same path. Dustin will beat Sammy, but unless they carry this program a little further with Sammy, if he beats Dustin and then Cody's cleared next week or the week after, and be able to do something there. But that was my assumption, so we'll see how that goes out. Then you had the typical Mark Henry, being in the middle, doing the interview right before the main event, and saying it's time for the main event. And as he was getting ready to ask Eddie Kingston, Santana and Ortiz, 2.0, I think it was Jeff Parker, said, "Yeah, well, before you start interrupting us, Eddie," and they kind of just like, Eddie just like, forget these guys as they were talking, walks off, because it was a street fight, I think it was. They just brawled all over the place. Before the match started, they were starting to fight. So you see, as 2.0 and Danny Garcia were like, "Hey, we're going to win. Like, I've beaten you, roll up, hold," all that stuff. They come from behind and they attack them. So Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston are fighting them to the ring. They go, Mark Henry goes, "Hey, it's time for the main event." Then it's just a bunch of back and forth stuff. Some great spots here and there. Eddie Kingston gets his knee hurt. So he's having a tough time getting there. But basically, it comes down to a bunch of back and forth. They hit Kingston with the ring bell. He kicks out of that. Garcia and Ortiz exchange strikes in the ring. When Parker enters the ring, Ortiz and Santana hit him with the running lariat combination, and Santana pins Jeff Parker for the win. After the match, Garcia, Parker, and oh my goodness, 2.0 and Garcia. I can't remember what's his name. Oh, Jeff Lee. Sorry, Parker, Lee, and Garcia beat up everybody. They come out, they get tape, and they tape Eddie Kingston to the ropes. And then finally, you see, because Jericho's been on commentary this whole night, he runs down to make the save, basically to protect his boys. Leaves Eddie Kingston taped up, and Eddie Kingston just rips his arms off of the ropes. So they didn't do a good job of taping him up. But he pulls his arms off, and he looks at Jericho, came over to check on him, sort of, and he was just like, "Get out of my face," type of deal. And that's leading to a match between Jericho and Eddie Kingston. I'm assuming at Revolution would be my guess. I think it's going to be a pay-per-view match if I had to make a guess there. I could be wrong, though. They could do it sooner, but I'm almost certain that's going to lead to a match with those two. Or it could lead to the Pride and Powerful turning on Jericho and just going back, with Kingston from their Impact days as well. That could be a thing. I'm not fully positive there. Again, I mean, it's all up in the air to, however they want to look at it. So there are those two possibilities that I see coming out of it. So that was the end of the night. They stood tall basically as they ran away with the tail between their legs. Like I said, those are 3 matches that I'm aware of. They didn't say anything about the tag belts being defended tomorrow night. They didn't say anything about the AEW heavyweight title being defended or the TBS title being defended. So I'm guessing it's just 3 belts. I'm assuming you're not going to say TBS because they just crowned Jade on Wednesday. And I'm assuming because Hangman just went basically what it was like a 32-minute match, 30-some-minute match with Bryan Danielson giving his first loss, that you're not going to see him either. But, there's those possibilities. So tomorrow night, it will either be me and Jeff, or just me again, going over Battle of the Belts with you guys and girls. Just, quick run through of the matches, what happened, all that kind of stuff. It's great to be back. New year, new hair, not the title this time, but I plan to get that back, and hopefully we're giving you more consistent content in the coming year and all that kind of stuff, as well as, bringing more stuff in general to our YouTube channel, to our Twitch streams and stuff like that. So for myself and Jeff, who is not with us tonight, this has been a couple of jars AEW Rampage review, and I am out of here. Peace.